Whether you're 18 or 81 and single, this message, I repeat, this message is specifically for you. Now, people who listen that are not in this particular category, maybe, hear me, maybe you can get a few pointers or tips as well along the journey of love that you probably are going to ponder about or think about or say, wow, that makes sense. Or maybe I should have did this or that. Nothing to necessarily deter you from your decision, because hopefully your decision that you're in right now, you're happy with. But I tell you what, happiness goes up and down and all the way around. So if you believe that just because you have to be happy is all it takes to get into a relationship, or that's all you want, you're in for a rude awakening, brothers and sisters. Even if you're married to the best of the best or have the best of the best, happiness comes and goes. Oh yeah, it comes and it goes because it deals with happenstances. And if your happenstances are not always happy, already, you know the rest. Now I'm going to talk about dating sites. I'm going to talk about different mistakes, different tips. It's going to be chock full of a lot of information. Now listen, I'm no, matchmaker or anything like that, although I get kicks out of the notion of putting people together sometimes. But believe it or not, that's not God's will. God's will is not for, hear me, people to put this person together and that person together. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. What's for you is for you. It's already been written. It's already been arranged. This is the kicker. This is the kicker. The kicker is the one you choose for you and the one that God chooses for you could be so different. I'm going to say it again. The one that God had ordained for you to be before the inception of life on earth, all right? Because remember, God, he doesn't have a time like we have a time. He's in a different dimension, okay? So time is totally not like what it is where God is from. He's from everlasting to everlasting. Your mind can't even fathom that. So again, before you were born, let's bring it back to that much time, okay? Before you were born, God had ordained your mate, your person, to be with you until that time. Everybody has a time to die, a time to read, a time to this and that. But I'm talking about the person who you were designed to spend the rest of your life with. This is no fairy tale. This is no hocus pocus or jocus nocus. No, this is something that you have to think about, because as life is so fast paced, sometimes we have to sit down and pause and think about the things that we've done. And we have to think about the rationalization behind the decisions that one makes. What if I told you that God wanted you to be with someone, and that someone was ordained for you before you were born? God knew what that person would look like. God knew what that person would be going through in the elementary years and junior high school and high school. Even though they had dates, even though they had sexual experiences or this or that, the common denominator is God knows who he handpicked for us all. Just pause right there. Imagine the notion that God's best that he decided that he wanted for you had nothing to do with all those booty calls that you had. Listen, you and me, I'm not above reproach. Hear me? I'm just getting real and raw right now. Because I want you to think about something really, really big. I want you to think about it because a lot of people out there are just starting the dating world and you're going 99,000 miles an hour. And if you think about this conversation and you say, God, I don't want to pick no one that you don't want me to have. Because if I do, I'll be wasting time. I'll be wasting my energy. I'll be wasting my mind, my body, my finances, my self-esteem. Hear me. My peace. Did I say finances? My finances. My reputation. Can I go on and on? You'll be wasting more than you'll be gaining. So all of your people out there, the youngsters, hear me. This is some wisdom for your cup of tea. All of the time that's ahead of you, if you just pause and have that heart-to-heart conversation with God and say, God, I don't want to be like this person and that person. I see the blueprint of the dating pool. The pool is actually murky, and I don't want to jump into that pool, that cesspool of Satan, and get with this person and have my body and my mind and my emotions and finances and self-esteem and on be tossed to and from with the devil's people. I don't want to waste my time and my breath and my body. I don't want to waste this all on the devil's people. Listen, let me give you a little mathematic equation right quick. Hear me. What if I told you, hear me, and this could be all fictitious. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you a scenario. This is not statistical data. No. But what if I told you, in a big scheme of things, that all these dating sites, now listen, I'm not here to, down any dating sites and this and that per se, but all of them have an agenda and there's an algorithm. And the algorithm is this. What if I told you that there's an algorithm that you don't necessarily comprehend, right? That 90% of the people that are on swipe left, swipe right, or this or that or this site, that site. There's so many different names, right? But the same concept. People trying to meet people, to be happy, to find love, to this, to that, right? That's the basic consensus, that you're trying to meet someone other than yourself. Is that correct? Okay, good. So being that that is the case, what if I told you that before you get all excited about these sites or excited about meeting people, ooh, I'm going to meet this person and they're going to make me happy and they're going to, yeah. Before you get to that disposition, I want you to have a heart-to-heart with yourself. Yeah, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and I want you to say, I want God's best. And if it's not God's best, I'm not going for the mess. I won't waste my time with the stress. Huh? What if I told you that 90% of the people on the dating sites are not for you? What if I told you that the enemy had handpicked so many different people for you to be attracted to that are an assignment from the devil? You look at their picture, just like a resume. I got a doctor. I got a lawyer. I got this person does this. He jet skis. His social media says this and that. He's the ideal person. She's the ideal gal. But what if I told you that in the spiritual realm of things, that the devil had handpicked just for you child of God, to be tricked, to be duped, bamboozled, led astray. You have to have a sound mind. Oh yeah, I'm going to sober you up a little bit, because a lot of you are on these sites and thinking that all of these people out there that you see that are very, very, very interesting looking or attractive or have a resume, that you want that type of lifestyle or you want to DM or get interested in. What if I told you that 90% of those people are assignments of Satan? What if I told you that? So that means you got 10 people, 10%, 10 people that are really on the up and up, that are really looking for love, that are really looking for relationships, something long-term, sustainable, something of God, something holy, right? Something that's meaningful, for real, for real. You got 10 people. And what if I told you that out of that 10 people, there's 90 people trying to get with that 10 people, right? 90 other people that's trying to get those 10 people, whether it be guys or girls, right? So 10 people for guys, 10 people for girls. And 90 different people are trying to get those people, right? That means that your margins are slim, which also means that there's a lot of people on these dating sites. And the reason why you go from eHarmony, I think that was the first one, I don't know, the first one that really blew up, to Match, to Tinder, to this one, to that one, to Black Love, this and that. They got, man, if they got so many different dating sites out there that'll make your head spin. And the reason why, oftentimes, not exclusively and not only, the reason why they have so many more dating sites, and it's going to be thousands more coming. I'm telling you what I know. The reason why they have so many different dating sites is because the people, hear me, who are on one dating site realized that small margin of meeting the right people gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So what they're going to do is they're going from place to place, to home, to home, to home, to home. You see it in churches. Oh yeah, it's the same scenario. You jump from one church to one church to one church. Why? Because this one church don't got what I want. This one church don't got what I want. You see it in stores. You there for a black dress. No, I don't want this black dress. I want this black dress. You, brothers and sisters, are out there trying to contrive the robot. You're trying to find a robot. You're trying to find a fictitious robot that's designed just the way you want them to be and the way you want them to look. You want them to have this and that and that and this. What if I told you that the one God wanted you to be with may not be that attractive? Oh, man. Did I say that? Did I say that? Oh, okay. I'm going to keep going. I said, I'm going to keep going. What if I told you that the one that God wants you to be with is not that physically attractive? What if I told you that? But that person has all of the characteristics, okay, that you need, that you need. What are you talking about, Samantha? What are you talking about? Why would I want to be linked up with somebody that don't look that good? Because you had the ones that look good. Remember? You had the pretty ones. You had the attractive ones. Remember? That's the only ones you wanted. Remember? Oh, right, Samantha, you're right. I was picking the cookie cutter ones that I want. I was always looking for this person that looked like that sound like that. You know why? Because you never thought outside of the box. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why you keep going from this site to that site looking for the same exact thing. And what happens is, now listen, I'm an attractive person, if you hadn't noticed, right? I just know it. It's the truth. It's okay. But I realized that there's more to a person than what the person looks like, right? You got to have some wisdom. You got to have some insight. You got to have some knowledge. You got to have some substance. You have to. Looks will fade, people. Everybody's trying to get a big butt. Everybody's trying to get boobs. Everybody's trying to look like Kim Kardashian and freaking, excuse my language, and somebody, the big shot, whoever it is. It used to be Denzel, but he's like 150 years old now, so he doesn't count no more. He's out of the dating pool. Just think of somebody attractive. You get the point. Everybody's trying to be hooked up and linked up with somebody who's good looking. I get it. I'm not trying to say that you have to get the bottom of the barrel looking, okay? There's somebody for everybody, though. Listen, this is why nowadays you have different ways that people are trying to look for love. They realize, hear me, that it's going to take more than money that's going to keep that person at home. It's going to take more than, making a good meal that's going to keep that person at home. It used to be, man, if she can cook, that's wifey. I'm a wife her up. Yeah. Nowadays, it's nice to cook. It's nice to be a wife that knows how to cook and things of that nature, a girl who knows how to cook. But it's more than your cooking, young lady out there listening to this video, that's going to get that man to come home. You know what's going to get him to come home? You being a confident, wonderful, beautiful, great woman. That's gonna make some type of difference. Because if you have the confidence, guess what? He's gonna want to come back. This is the problem. There's a lot of women out there that have no self-esteem and no confidence. Zero, zilch. That's why you're trying to get your butt done. Oh, yeah. You're trying to get your butt done, and you're going through all of that pain, and you're going through all of that craziness because you realize that your brains, your brains and you just being you is not enough. That's what you realize, right? You know why you realize that? Because you believe the lies of the devil. You have to cultivate and culture yourself. You have to realize who you are in Christ first. And once you decide to know yourself and grow yourself, then you can be that wonderful helpmeet. And then you could be able to distinctively know who's who. Why are people getting so suckered in? Why are people getting so duped? Because they don't do their homework and due diligence. That's why. And when you are led by the flesh, you'll get tricked and duped. That's why. That's why. Listen, the people out there that really want love, they're going to get love, right? But it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. And this is the truth of the matter, honestly speaking. This is the honest truth. Sometimes, hear me, sometimes things will come together when it's your time. Things will align itself and come together when it's your time. Just like somebody that's on the line at an amusement park and everybody got to get their turn to take the plunge. Some people like to get in front of the line, cut the line. Some people like to do this and do that. But the bottom line is this. The true adventure, believe it or not, is in the line, is waiting on the line. What are you talking about? The true adventure is on the line. You didn't even think about that part. What do you mean? Sitting in the hot sun, waiting on the line? What are you talking about, Samantha? Break this down. Listen, when you're getting on this roller coaster, right? You're not paying attention of the time. It's over before you know it. You're not looking at the twists and turns because you're so scared. You're tensed up. You didn't even enjoy the moment. The truth of the matter is the awe and the excitement that you think about while you're standing in line. Because while you're standing in line, you got that imagination and you're saying, wow, it's going to go up and down. And wow, look at the way it looks. And I'm a little nervous. And you get that bubbly feeling, just like love, right? The journey. The journey is in the patience. I'm going somewhere. Some people like to rush through the ride of love. And sometimes waiting on the line and waiting for that love gives you time to distinguish and decipher who you are, what you want, and what you're going to expect. And even if it doesn't go according to your will, sometimes just being patient and just waiting is everything. Oh yeah, just waiting, saying, Lord, I want this thing, and I know that it's coming, and I know it's going to be great and amazing and awesome. But I decide, I'm going to make this decision to let you pick the one I want. And when you pick the one I want, I'm going to really be appreciative, and I'm going to trust the fact that your way is the best. Samantha, how do you know which one is what? There's thousands of people out there. How do I know where to start? How do I know where to pick? Well, this is what you don't need to do. This is what you don't need to do. What you don't need to do is to jump into murky water without you being whole first. There's a lot of people that are going on dates, and I think this is a weird way to go on dates. You're going to the dates wrong. The first date that a lot of people have is the fanciest restaurant in town. This is the first date. Why are you going to the fanciest restaurant in town? You don't know the person. You don't know if this person can even articulate or have a conversation for real, for real. Oh, well, you talk about Samantha. We had a couple of calls, on Skype, and, this person really wasn't a catfish. This person seemed cool. I don't care. You meet at the coffee shop. You meet at something local, the corner store. Spark up a conversation about a good hour or so. And if it gets boring, then by the time, see, this is the thing. This is how I think the date should go. When you're first meeting a stranger, because that's exactly who it is first. A lot of you out there don't realize you're meeting a stranger. A lot of people think that the first date is you meeting your spouse. Oh yeah, that's the disposition. You get all glammed up. You get all nice, smelling good, looking good. You go with the disposition of this is my husband, and that's wrong. What you need to do is first say, why am I going anyway? What are my intentions? I'm ready for a relationship. Do I want a relationship? Do I want what comes with the relationship? Am I sure that I have the goods to take the time out for this person in my life? Can this person be an addition or subtraction in my life? And then when you decide to go on this date, hear me. Oftentimes, a lot of your expectations are to the roof. You're already thinking about relationship. Why are you thinking about a relationship? Why can't it be a friendship? I'm going to lunch or I'm going to the coffee shop to meet somebody that could potentially be a friend. Not a husband, not your baby's daddy, not somebody who's going to pay your mortgage, not somebody who's going to, help you out of debt, not this person who's going to sex you up real good. No. You just, going out with a person just to hopefully be friendly with someone else. That's the disposition you need to have. You need to go to this coffee shop or whatever that's really small and low key first. This is how I like to set it up. You go to a local coffee shop. That's the first date. The second date is like a Dave and Buster's situation. Dave and Buster's, they're not endorsing me. I'm not endorsing them. I'm talking about a type of physical place where you can physically have some type of physical fun or physical things with the lights on. Not no dark movie theaters. Huh? I said not no dark movie theaters. That's 2 hours of your time spent in the dark. There's no conversation. There's quietness. No. You're not getting out of that. You're not getting out of that 2 hours of conversation. No. We're going to physically see how you interact with those around you in a family type setting. How you are in that regard. So the first one is like a coffee shop. Get the conversation going. Second one, David Buster's type thing. And then when that person really is interesting, that's the third date. That's when you go to a nicer restaurant. Okay? That should be it. This is the issue. These days, people don't know the person they are going out with. So what they do, they book reservations for the most fanciest restaurant in town. And they're sitting next to Satan's spawn. What did I say? I said they are paying for dinners for the devil's kids. And what happens is they're doing it week after week after week after week after week. And now they're giving up on love. Love is not the issue, folks. Newsflash. Love is love. Love is beautiful. Love is from God. Love is God. I said love is God. The problem is you made the decision to do your own do and do you and pick the ones that you wanted to pick. Oh, yeah. See, this is the thing. If the person really was into you, they'll settle for a cup of coffee for $1.50. Yeah, they'll settle for that. Because, hey, there's no strings attached. But now the dating pool is a business. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that? Women and some men, okay, are going on these dates to get food. Oh, man. Listen, can I put you on a game? There's women out there that are single that are literally all booked up for the week. Tuesday, they got this date. Wednesday, they got that date. Thursday, got that date. Friday, they're going to dinners every day. Yes. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, this may be a part 2. I don't know. With that being said, you have to be more strategic on your intentions. And you have to do your due diligence before you swipe left or right, because I'm telling you what I know. Are you wasting years of your life with the devil's people, or are you going to take the time to get to know yourself, to develop yourself, and to literally say, God, take over? I've been doing it my way for years. It's been messing up year after year. I am going to make the decision to trust you no matter what this person looks like. As long as this person is what you want me to have, I want this person. I'm tired of messing up. I'm tired of wasting money. I'm tired. This dating thing is for the birds, brothers and sisters. It is. You wasted your time. You wasted your youth. You wasted this. You're wasting time year after year. It's time, brothers and sisters, to really analyze the monies that you spend, the times that you spend, the relationships that you've gone in, and they all were flops. Now it's time to make the right decision, the sound decisions, and literally say, God, you pick the one for me. And when you really, 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 really mean it, that's when the love of your life is going to manifest in your life. And that's when that fleshy nature that you thought you wanted goes out of the window. So all the very best, brothers and sisters. It's not easy. Listen, I had to kiss a lot of frogs to finally say, Lord, I want the one that you want me to have. And listen, marriage ain't easy. When you do get the one that God picked, you still gotta, all right, cultivate that marriage. It's not easy. But the bottom line is, I thank God I'm not in the dating pool of cesspool today, because there's a lot of God's people that are really, really, really serious. But there's a whole lot more of the devil's people that are out to get people like you. Wake up and fly right. Bless the Lord.